Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, I want you to picture this for a second. The day is finally over, the house is completely quiet, your phone has mercifully stopped buzzing, and all those daily responsibilities are officially put to bed. You're sitting there, supposedly resting, when suddenly, boom, this almost supernatural urge just strikes you. Out of nowhere, your brain vividly remembers that pint of ice cream in the freezer, the salty chips in the pantry, or maybe some random spicy snack you literally hadn't thought about all day long. It almost feels as if the night itself just opened a secret door in your mind and whispered, "Eat now." So, why does this happen? Why do these cravings become so deafeningly loud right after sunset?
It's a question that honestly frustrates so many of us, right? Like, why do you feel this intense desire, or even a full-blown obsession for food at night, even after you know for a fact you've already eaten enough dinner? It is incredibly common to experience this. And look, it's so easy to just brush it off as a simple lack of willpower or some bad habit you picked up. But the truth we're exploring today is far more complex and, frankly, a lot more fascinating. The real answer involves your brain, your hormones, your sleep patterns, emotional stress, and the hidden ways our modern environment absolutely clashes with our biology. It is absolutely 100% not just about willpower.
So the crucial point is that cravings are not random, and they certainly aren't moral failures on your part. They are messages. Now, sometimes they're a bit misleading or kind of exaggerated by our environment, sure, but they are your body's legitimate attempt to communicate with you. People often just assume that if they're craving something at night, they must be physically starving, but as we're going to see, that isn't always the case. By reframing these urges as intelligent communications from your body, albeit sometimes really confusing ones, we can actually start to decode exactly what your system is asking for.
To solve this mystery, we have to peel back layer 1, the biological engine. Let's get into it.
First off, we have to remember that human beings aren't machines, We run on these deeply ingrained circadian cycles. When night falls, your body biologically prepares for rest, but our modern lives keep our brains stimulated way longer than our bodies expect. A massive part of this biological tension comes down to hormones, specifically a little guy called ghrelin. Known as the hunger hormone, its whole job is to increase your appetite and make food look incredibly appealing. When your sleep is poor, shortened, or just all over the place, your body basically thinks it's in a state of crisis, and your ghrelin levels spike. Your brain, which is running on low internal fuel and poor recovery, goes on this urgent hunt for fast energy and fast pleasure. And what does that mean? Yep, craving sugar, carbs, and rich comfort foods.
But ghrelin doesn't act alone. It has a counterpart called leptin. Think of leptin as our fullness hormone. It's the brakes. It signals satisfaction to the brain, basically telling you, okay, we're good, you can stop eating now. But when sleep disruption throws your body out of rhythm, these two hormones become fundamentally imbalanced. Ghrelin goes way up and leptin drops down. The result? You don't just feel significantly hungrier, you actually lose the biological signal that tells you to stop eating once you've started. No wonder it's so hard to stop. This hormonal imbalance is a massive driver of that late-night kitchen raid.
And this brilliantly illustrates how our daily choices just compound over time. Unstable blood sugar from the way we eat during the day directly fuels those nighttime cravings. Think about it. If you skip breakfast, grab a super light rushed lunch while working, and then delay dinner, you are starving your system of stable energy. And the body remembers this. Hunger ignored in the afternoon doesn't just magically disappear. It returns at midnight wearing a much more urgent face. That craving isn't just for a casual snack. It's literally your body screaming that it was underfueled all day and needs energy right this second.
But biology is really only the first piece of the puzzle here. Let's look at layer 2, the psychological landscape. During the day, your brain is just totally occupied, right? You've got tasks, work, solving problems, answering a million messages. You are completely distracted. But when the sun goes down, all those distractions just fade away, revealing a really stark contrast. Suddenly, unfinished stress, lingering loneliness, and just sheer emotional fatigue arrive all at once. It's like the emotional toll of your entire day catches up with you the second there's silence. And because the brain is completely exhausted, those loud, unprocessed feelings often begin desperately asking for a quick fix, and they almost always ask for sugar. When we face that emotional fatigue with totally lowered mental energy, food steps in as the ultimate multi-tool. It becomes relaxation, a reward, an escape, a celebration, and literally therapy, all wrapped up in a single bite. High sugar and high-fat foods provide immediate relief. They don't argue with you, they don't judge you, and they deliver a powerful hit of dopamine straight to your brain's reward pathways. Your brain is literally saying, "Oh yes, this is good, do more of this," because it's seeking soothing and comfort when your mental resources feel just completely drained.
Let's move to and see how this builds into layer 3, habits and ancient instincts.
Our modern evening routines vitally clash with millions of years of evolutionary programming. I mean, think about the ancient world. Night meant scarcity and danger. Our bodies evolved these incredible systems to seek out energy and store it whenever resources were low. To the ancient brain, finding high-calorie food was a rare survival treasure. But today, the night is filled with endless delivery apps, glowing screens, and pantries just packed to the brim with processed foods. Your ancient survival brain doesn't understand Uber Eats. It just interprets the late hour and a fully stocked kitchen as a survival opportunity. It simply says, "Food is here, eat now."
And beyond evolution, there is the incredible power of habit memory. The brain absolutely loves patterns and routines. If you regularly eat snacks while watching TV, your brain begins strictly linking that specific environment with food. It goes like this. Step 1, you sit on the couch and turn on the TV. Step 2, you experience the dim lights and that evening silence. And step 3, boom, your habit pathway is activated and a craving begins. Even if your stomach is entirely full, the association alone triggers the desire. The brain simply remembers, "Oh hey, this is the environment where we eat," and creates a craving out of pure, unadulterated habit.
Also, we absolutely cannot ignore one of the most common, yet somehow totally overlooked triggers: sheer boredom. Nighttime can be long, it can be quiet, and incredibly unstructured. The mind naturally craves stimulation, and eating is one of the easiest, most accessible forms of stimulation available to us. It provides sound, taste, sensation, and a physical action. Often, when you're just sitting there alone with nothing engaging to do, a craving will pop up simply because eating becomes a tiny event to break up a still evening. The craving isn't actually saying, "Feed me." It is saying, "Please, give me something to do."
Okay, let's dive into this final piece of the puzzle, the resolution, decoding your signals.
So, now that we understand the biological, psychological, and environmental forces driving these intense midnight mysteries, how on earth do we handle them? Well, the goal isn't to just blindly fight these urges with brute force. The very first step in decoding them is distinguishing between true physical hunger and a craving. Physical hunger grows gradually, right? And a pretty broad range of balanced foods will sound acceptable to you. A craving, on the other hand, is sharp, it's sudden, and it is highly specific. It demands a highly specific reward, like it has to be pizza or it has to be chocolate, and it's deeply tied to emotion or habit. Recognizing this difference in the moment helps you pause and realize whether your body actually needs fuel or if your brain is just asking for a reward.
Because self-control is a limited daily resource, and let's face it, it's mostly completely depleted by nighttime, we have to replace shame and guilt with curious questions. Before giving in, or honestly before getting angry at yourself, just ask, am I stressed right now? Did I sleep enough last night? Am I just bored? Am I emotionally drained from a really hard day? Or did I completely ignore my nutritional needs this afternoon? Prevention and understanding are just so much more powerful than last-minute discipline. By asking these questions, you actually figure out the root cause of the signal, which allows you to address the real problem instead of just numbing it with a snack.
We'll wrap up our explainer with this profoundly empowering thought. Cravings are signals, not insults. Your body is incredibly intelligent. It's constantly trying to balance energy, emotion, memory, and habit. Even when the message gets all distorted by stress or sleep loss or our crazy modern food environment, your brain is just trying to solve a problem. It isn't betraying you. So the next time that midnight craving hits, don't fight it blindly. Instead, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what is my body truly starving for tonight? Is it food or is it peace?